Hey, smart people, welcome to this tech talk where we're going to talk about security today, and I'm going to demonstrate why you shouldn't leave your computer unlocked. Now, there's very obvious reasons why you shouldn't do that. Obviously, people can steal your files by just copying them on a thumb drive or something like that and exporting them. But there are unapparent reasons why you shouldn't leave your computer unlocked, and people don't usually think of those. Maybe you trust your loved ones that they have access to your computer, but they're not going to figure certain things out. And I'm going to show you why this is not something you should do all the time. So for our first example here, let's think about passwords, right? Let's say you got a password to a website, and usually these are pre-filled, right? You can click there and log in. If you leave your laptop unlocked or your computer unlocked, you might think, well, all they can do really is log in, but they can also figure out what that password is. You could go to password here and try to figure out what it is by clicking the I, but on most operating systems like Windows and Mac, they will not let you access that password without entering the password, right? Keep in mind the person leave their laptop unlocked. This page would be all the keys to the kingdom. Well, one way they can find out is by simply doing a right click here and doing inspect. You can also do Control-Shift-I. You can do F12. It depends on which operating system you're on. All those commands work, but right click inspect work as well. And the type here, if they simply type text and hit enter, look at this. They can see what's there. So all that's really hiding your password from being viewable is this string of code here. Once you do Control-Shift-I or right-click inspect and you come to the input, type equal text, that's it. Now, some websites allow you to even click the little I, which is not a very good idea at all. But here, as you can see, it was trying to hide it, but we're able to reveal it. So that's one example where if you leave your computer unlocked, someone can find your password. And people who have tendencies of repeating passwords, which is why we say in the cybersecurity world, do not use a password for multiple things. So if that is your computer password also, or your Gmail password, or your Twitter password, we can just copy that and just repeat it in all these websites that you use. So there's a bad idea right there. Now, for example, number 2, this is going to be Windows related. And for Windows, if you have a local account, which means the one that you don't have a Microsoft account tied to, in this example, this is one of them. As you can see, there is not a outlook.com email there. One of the vulnerabilities of leaving your laptop unlocked or your computer is the perpetrator can easily change your password. And they can, if they take the computer with them, that's pretty much their computer now with all your data on it. It can also be something like a denial of service type stuff, like maybe your siblings change your password just to prank you and stuff like that. But in any case, it's a vulnerability. So let's see how that can be done. I'm going to go ahead and log this so I can show you which password that it is. The password for this account is Valley, right? Obviously, I'm cool with sharing it with you because you can access it. But we're going to change the password to this computer that this person just left unlocked without knowing what the password is. If you go to the normal steps of change password, it's going to ask you the old password. It's asking you the current password, right? But if you go through that method, well, it does not. So it's net user. And you're going to take the username, Savary Tech. We're going to put that in quotes. Hopefully that works. And we're going to type the new password. So it's net user, username, and new password. New password is going to be River. And 1 second here. You want to make sure, I'm going to copy that. You run that as admin, which for you to run it at admin, it's not going to ask you for a password, right? So you can just paste that right here. Just make sure you run this at admin and command completed successfully. So let's try this. If we lock this account now and we try the old password, Valley, it doesn't work. Guess what works? River. So the perpetrator just changed your password on Windows 10 because you left your computer unlocked without knowing the old password. So that's a vulnerability there that you need to mind. The next one is a keylogger. Now, a keylogger is very, very dangerous because essentially what a keylogger does is it records everything you type and puts it somewhere that is stored and probably just emails them live or communicates them live to the perpetrator. Now, I have an example of how to make a keylogger on this account just for cybersecurity purposes to show you how attackers do that stuff. My keylogger, if you're looking at the screen right now, we code it. And what it does, it records every keystroke. It saves them in a secret location. Then after you reach a certain word count, it emails it secretly. All of this is done under the hood. You don't see anything as the victim. And you can also make those things persistent to where every time you restart the computer, this thing starts by itself. So basically, while you're using your computer, the attacker is seeing everything you're typing. It's being emailed to them, delivered on a silver platter, and they can see what you're doing. And it's not something that Windows Defender really catches or anything like that. So if you left your computer unlocked, someone can just put a keylogger on that and be able to tell everything you've typed. So that's an example of one case where if you leave your laptop unlocked, someone can victimize you. The last one is rubber ducky. Now, I don't have a video for a rubber ducky on my account. However, I'll go through and explain real quick what a rubber ducky is. A rubber ducky is a USB implanted software or program that once that USB is plugged into your computer, it starts performing a series of actions really, really fast. It can type about 1,000 words per second, per minute, sorry. And that's very, very fast. So when you have a rubber ducky running on your computer, that person plugs it because you left your computer unlocked. They can create a new user account. They can copy files really, really fast. They can do any amounts of things. Like they can steal your passwords that you've stored on the computer, your browser history. It is just following whatever instruction it is given. And once that rubber ducky is run on your account, it can do pretty much anything to compromise your security. Now, when we take all of these four things that I just discussed, you can see, yes, there are obvious reasons why you shouldn't leave your computer unlocked, but there are also reasons that are a little bit hidden that you might not know about, that you might just be in the oh, I'll just leave my computer unlocked for 5 minutes. I'll be right back. 5 minutes is too much for you to be impacted very, very negatively by attackers that want to steal your information and compromise your account. So just be vigilant out there. This is the point of this tech talk. Please let me know what you think in the comments below. If you think any of these tricks are cool, you've never seen them before, anything like that, just let me know. That really keeps me motivated to keep coming with new videos like that and make sure I educate you guys on the proper practices of cybersecurity. Now, stay safe out there. Stay safe. Why cannot say stay safe? Stay safe out there, and I'll see you in the next video. Oh, yeah, and don't forget to subscribe.